Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. Today's question is, do you know why dialogue is crucial in our religiously diverse world? So I'd like to talk about dialogue from the perspective of a Catholic Christian. In our tradition, dialogue is something new. It is something that was presented and offered to us as a challenge from the Second Vatican Council. Previous to the Second Vatican Council, dialogue was not existent in the Catholic Church. First of all, the Catholic Church believed that only God revealed God's self only to the Catholic Church, and therefore all the others were in error. And therefore, to converse or have dialogue with people who are in error was of no value. So because error had no rights, and therefore only the Catholic Church was in the right, and everybody else was in the wrong. So dialogue wasn't even something that was even considered. With the Second Vatican Council, especially with the inspiration of Pope John the 23rd, who saw his whole life as one of continual dialogue with others, even those that you disagreed with. That was part of his whole political career in the church. He offered us the challenge that dialogue is the way we need to understand and update the church. And so through that experience, he calls the Second Vatican Council with that intent in mind, primarily to dialogue and unify with others who think differently from the way Catholics think. And as a result of that, we have a vision that Vatican II established with regards to why dialogue is necessary and crucial with all of God's people, most especially those who disagree over religious and theological matters. The theological vision that came out of the Second Vatican Council with regards to God was that God is the God of all people, not just a few. God is the God of all people. And God invites all people into relationship with God, and people respond to that relationship in different ways and in different religious beliefs and practices. Therefore, the vision of Vatican II was that if we need to know or get in touch with how God is talking and revealing God's self to the world, we need to pay attention to the world as God speaks in and through the world and others. The Constitution on the Church in the Modern World invites us to dialogue with the world. We have much to give to the world, but the world has much to give to us. And only in mutual learning and mutual respect and understanding do we come to an awareness of what God is trying to reveal in the world. We need to pay attention to the signs of the times to make sure that we don't miss what God is revealing in and through others. And so as a result of that, dialogue enables us to come to a greater connection with others and the world, especially with those that we differ with religiously and otherwise. In order to accomplish this attunement to God's revelation in the world, dialogue is essential. It's crucial. It's mandatory almost, according to the Second Vatican Council, if we are to attune ourselves to what God is saying. I would like to end this particular portion with a quote from Pope Francis. Pope Francis is probably the Pope in the last 50 years who is in many ways challenging and channeling both Pope John the 23rd and the entire vision of the Second Vatican Council. In an address that he gave in Sarajevo to the ecumenical and interreligious meeting there in June 6th of 2015, he said this about dialogue. Interreligious dialogue here, as in every part of the world, is an indispensable condition for peace, and for this reason, it is the duty of all believers. Interreligious dialogue, before being a discussion of the main themes of faith, is a conversation about human existence. This conversation shares the experience of daily life in all its concreteness, with its joys and sufferings, its struggles and hopes. It takes on shared responsibility. It plans a better future for all. We learn to live together, respecting each other's differences freely. We know and accept one another's identity. And through dialogue, A spirit of fraternity is recognized and developed, which unites and favors the promotion of moral values, justice, freedom, and peace. Dialogue is a school of humanity and a builder of unity, which helps to build a society founded on tolerance and mutual respect. So the dynamics of paying attention to God in the world demands dialogue. I hope this has clarified the position, at least for us Catholic Christians, of where dialogue is so crucial in this religiously diverse world. And I hope you will return again to another session of the Do You Know, where we will explain what dialogue is, the various forms of dialogues, and how to effectively do dialogue. So thank you very much for paying attention. I hope you will return again to more of the Do You Know series. Thank you.